yeah, 5 locations. They're doing $500,000 per location. I mean, so they're spending like a ridiculous amount of money in fees. And yeah, we put cash discounting in. They knew what it was, and sure, they got pushback. No doubt about it. There's some pain involved. Okay, but if you can get past that pain point, that 3 weeks, 4 week period, and just kind of hang in there and point out to the people like, okay, you know what, you were spending $3,000 a month in fees. Okay, so if it cost you a couple of irate people, I mean, you just have to kind of like weigh one against the other. But I think the value that you're getting far outweighs the other way.
Danny, I mean, what do you see? I mean, you see this most about you work with so many partners, helping them overcome this type of objection to Edge, to our point of sale systems. How do you see our best partners overcoming this objection and getting the deal?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of merchants are uncomfortable being the first, right? If they haven't seen it. And this is also why it can be tough to get around merchants that might say, I want Clover, for example. That's a good one to talk about because that's one that they're familiar with. They've seen that nice white piece of equipment at a lot of different places. Maybe their friend has one, but maybe Clover's not right for their business, and it most likely is not. But they're familiar with it, right? And that rings true with a lot of people. They're comfortable with what others have. They don't want to be unique in a lot of ways. They want to be with something that's proven. So they're a little bit skeptical whenever they're approached with something new. But then you've got some entrepreneurs, which most that we're signing up, that are looking at something new. They want to save money. They want to look at their business a different way. They're not trying to follow the herd, so to speak. And they're jumping into these systems that they might not be familiar with. So a lot of that is just selling them on maybe your referrals, right? Like how many merchants that you've set up with these systems. If you're new, you've got to leverage your experience and how these systems really work and how large these partnerships are that we have and these vendors. So there's a lot that you can do to really show that these are proven systems and a proven program with cash discounts, or if they're not familiar with it, to try to get around some of those objections and some of those things where like, I don't want to be the first one. This all sounds great, but let me talk to someone that's currently doing it. And hopefully once you have a few under your belt, that'll help you get around some of those objections.
Well, I also think too, and I know we're in a time crunch here, but it's the same thing. Like when you walk into a merchant, like how do you know that you can save the merchant money before you see their statement, right? So people, right. I'm the cheapest. Okay, well, how you don't know that, right? So if you go in there with that mentality, okay, that's a great line to use. Like, okay, I don't know. I don't know if I can. How in the world, if a guy comes in and tells you he can save you money right off the bat, okay, how does he know without even looking and seeing what you're doing, right? And it's the same thing with a point of sale system, right? Like, yeah, you know what? But why don't we sit down, at least take a look at this? This may be more, valuable to your business. Let's sit down with an expert. Let's spend 20 minutes and take a look at it. And you know what? If it's not the right fit, I'll pat you on the back. We'll shake hands. Let's get a beer, and we're done with it. But at least give me the chance to at least show you what this is. So, you're muted.
See, I'm muting everybody. We're playing all kinds of fun today on our YouTube stream. But I appreciate Seven Figure Adventure. I'm not actually sure who that is, but chatting. Hopefully we fix some of that sound issue. I've been trying to get it all. Even Chris Landrum. Good morning, everybody. All those who are watching, thanks. As we fix this, I want to remind you, and several people have been asking this, we record this and we put it into our podcast feed. You can go to Spotify. In the link in the email, you can go to Spotify. You can go to Apple Podcasts. You can go to Google Podcasts, and you subscribe. Every Wednesday morning, you'll get that pushed right to your podcast reader. We're working on a video feed if you want to do that, and you can always subscribe right here on YouTube. And in fact, 30 minutes before we went live, I got a push and a link right here. And as soon as we went live on my phone, it said, hey, My Paper Tech is live. And I would have been able to jump right in. So make sure you do all those things. Guys, do you think too many of our partners give up too soon? don't follow up, don't come back 2, 3, 6 weeks, 6 months later, and they allow and just take the no. Do you think that's a problem that we're seeing too often? Danny, what do you think?
I think that's it's not just PayProtect partners. I think that's a sales challenge in general, right? You're always focused on what's in front of you and focused on moving forward. When that merchant has turned you down, you're kind of like, okay, on to the next one, so to speak, right? But it's always important to keep them in your pipeline, right? If you've watched any of our content, you've heard me talk about the importance of building and keeping a pipeline. And even those merchants that have rejected you today are most likely going to be a customer sometime down the road, as long as you keep in front of them, right? Keep following up with them. And in some cases, you might be that annoying sales rep. You don't want to follow up with them every week after they've told you, no, get the heck out of my store. But you want to reach out to them every few months. Hey, I know we weren't able to move forward last time. Just wanted to check in on you, maybe throw you a roll of paper, just see how you're doing. If I can ever do anything for you, don't hesitate to ask. That type of follow-up is massive, and it just takes a little bit of time. In a lot of cases, the merchant's not even going to be prepared to talk to you, but they're going to remember as you start to consistently follow up every 6 weeks, every couple of months, and just kind of staying on their radar is huge, right? So I think salespeople in general, all of us, the art of follow-up is a challenge in general, right? You're always looking at the new business in front of you, building new partnerships, trying to stay focused on signing new business and not really focused on the ones that have turned you down. But you got to keep those in your pipeline. It's really important because you're going to be surprised how many of them will come back around. A lot of them may have turned you down as well because maybe they're not comfortable with moving into a new system. Maybe they're not comfortable with cash discount. But as more and more people approach them with the concept, they're going to be open to it. So if you didn't close them, somebody else will eventually. So keep them in your pipeline. Try to make sure to follow up as best you can. And you're going to turn those no's into yeses pretty quick.
Brian, you're a master motivator. How the partners you're recruiting and activating and encouraging, how do you encourage them to follow up and to keep overcome these objections and overcome the ultimate objection? No, I don't think I want to do that right now.
Well, again, like Danny said, yeah, you have to have a pipeline, right? You have to have the seeds out there, right? And you have to be able to get in the field and keep going. But I will say this too, though. You have to be careful. There's got to be a balance, right? I mean, Danny's point is valid, right? You have to follow up. You have to follow up with your people because, just because the guy says no or, come back and see something, okay, you have to follow up. But you also have to be careful that you don't start, chasing your tail. Right, because this is a tough business. So to go out there and continually call on the same guy over and over and over again, when there's other people out there that you could go see, again, to your discretion, just be careful that you're not continuously going after. Because again, I don't think that there has ever been a better time to be in this industry than today. Okay, with cash discounting, there has never been a better time to make money than today. So, anybody who's I'm selling insurance, okay, whatever, right? I'm just telling you, since I have been in this business at 11 years, there has never been a better time than today.
I couldn't agree more, Mr. Linky, because this is the best summer ever, right? I mean, absolutely. It's the best time ever. There's never been a better time to be part of payments. There's never been a better time to be part of PayProtect. And as we close up ever, it's the best summer ever. So let's get some closing thoughts, right, gentlemen? I'm going to get some. This is June. It's our first Friday fully in June. We've passed Memorial Day. People are on the beach. They're going to their beach houses. They're doing their things. But the fact is, every day there are merchants out there that are processing dollars that could be your dollars. And they're processing more dollars than they've ever done. And they want you. They need you. So Brian, Linky, how do you encourage our partners to get off their rear ends, get off the beach, and get out there and capitalize on this best time to be part in payments?
Well, again, it's right. This is the best time to earn as much money as you can. And I can tell you this, now that I'm back here, because I've had to deal with a few little things down in Florida, bigger things down in Florida, I missed being here. So you have to get yourself to where, you're looking forward to Monday. You know, you want to enjoy the weekend, you want to relax, see your family, do the whole thing, but you have to get yourself, your mind right to where you're looking forward to Monday to going out there and earning some money.
And Mr. Danny Shard, it's the best summer ever. How do you make sure that our partners are taking part?
You want me to really blow your mind? We are almost halfway through 2021.
Oh, jeez.
Think about that, everybody, right? We're in June already. It's flying by. The economy is thriving. Volume is at never seen before levels. Now, like Brian and Nate said, now is the time to get in this and really get after it. If you haven't come close to hitting your goals, or if you haven't even set any goals, you're already halfway through the year. Right? We've got to get started and let us help you. Get out there, get after it. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy Friday, enjoy this beautiful weather. But like Brian said, get ready for Monday and tackle that week and make this June a great month.
Let me tell you this real quick. One last thing. I can tell you this. If it wasn't this good, okay, if it wasn't this good, I would have retired already.
That's right.
That is true, and you can look by how good looking he is. He needs to be out on the beach and everybody taking the views.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, life is good. We say that. I'll finish again. I'm going to play this all summer. We want to know this is the best summer ever. We are so glad you're here, and we say as we close out, as we do, we give you our virtual high five. We're here for you. Thank you so much for watching the high five. You can subscribe anytime you want to. See you guys soon. The high five.